Oh, hello. Do you like this tableau we've got going on? So over there, I've got the bug from Starship Troopers. I've got a random hammer. I've got a book about how to do a dopamine detox, which is something I never intend to do because dopamine is fantastic. And I got that dog over there. That's the it's supposed to be the talking room dog, from the hit motion picture The Room by Tommy Wiseau. It's supposed to like say lines from the movie, but mine the voice box didn't work. So, but it was free. It was like a promotion. It like came free with spending a certain amount of money on Tommy Wiseau's online store, as I tend to do quite a bit anyway. But anyway, I wanted to come here because over the past few months, I have made a number of vinyl acquisitions, um, some of which are pretty cool, and so I thought it might be nice to discuss them. And some of these are Record Store Day releases, which was today. At time of filming, Record Store Day was earlier today. And I know that some people, if random people click on this, they'll probably be clicking on it to see the Record Store Day stuff. So I'm going to wait on that stuff. All right, you're going to have to sit through the other stuff first. It's like you go see, fucking Spin Doctors. They're not going to you think they're going to open with two princes. Like, no, you got to wait for the encore to get two princes. So you got to sit through this stuff. And then we'll get to the Record Store Day stuff. Okay, or you could, you don't have to watch this. I mean, I would love it if you would watch this, but I feel like I'm being unnecessarily confrontational for no reason. And like I'm not trying to antagonize you. I'm just trying to organize this in a way that I think will like maximize drama and give the episode a kind of arc, because above all else, I am a storyteller. Um, all right, so let's get started here with these random vinyl records. Uh, the first ones, these are like a combination of things I pre-ordered a million years ago, things I picked up in really good record stores in New York when I was there for work a couple times, and just assorted who's it's. So the first one here is Cord and Spark by Joni Mitchell. This is one of my all-time favorite albums, and I haven't even known it for that long. I first heard this album, maybe like half a year ago or something, or a year, or I have no idea how much time is passing at any given time anymore. But recently, I always kind of assumed that Joni Mitchell wouldn't really be for me, and I was incredibly wrong. Joni Mitchell is like super for me. She's incredible. Um, so with this one, I mean, you got the gatefold there. You got, I don't know if you can tell this, but on the cover here, the lettering that says like Cord and Spark and Joni Mitchell is like raised. It's got some texture to it. And then, of course, because I'm a sucker for colored vinyl, this is like an aquamarine kind of thing there. But yeah, Cord and Spark. I mean, I think it's one of her more approachable albums. It's like lightly jazzy, but it's not like getting into like serious jazz excursions like she would do on like Hissing of Summer Lawns or Mingus. It's very approachable, very very beautiful music. I think. I mean, this has "Help Me," which I think was her biggest radio hit ever. Maybe I think I read that. Um, all right. Now this is one I pre-ordered a while ago. This is the new solo album by Craig Finn, who is one of my favorite songwriters, probably my favorite lyricist working right now. And this one also comes on colored vinyl. It comes with the lyrics, which on a Craig Finn album, you really want to be able to read the lyrics because they're often the best part of his records. I got this nice insert, and then, or is this an inner sleeve? Is it an insert if it's just like a standalone, and it's a sleeve if there's a record in it? I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's on this like nice yellow and black with the red label. It's pretty nice. But the reason I was so excited to pre-order this is that it came with this little book, Lousy with Ghosts. And now Craig Finn, he always really I have too much fucking hair. He really prioritizes storytelling in his music, and so he said that this is one of his most kind of narrative dense records ever, which really excites me. To the point where he wrote this accompanying book, which as of now is only available with pre-orders, or you can probably still order it in bundles through his site. But these are like short stories that like connect back to characters who are in songs on the album. This is like expanding the mythology, and I am a big fan of mythology. I've always wanted to do lore, and it's like I've always wanted to do a video about the Hold Steady's mythology, because it's very dense and very interesting. I mean, there are a bunch of storylines going throughout the Hold Steady's material, but the main one is kind of about these characters, Holly, Gideon, and Charlemagne, who are all kind of interrelated. And what's her name? Jenny's in there too. Clairvoyant. Chips Ahoy. But it's there's like a murder, and you kind of have to figure out, okay, so who's dead, who killed him, why'd they kill him, and you're kind of piecing this longer storyline together throughout the songs and trying to figure out where all these characters ended up. And I have my theories about that. But yeah, I've always wanted to do a video kind of exploring that stuff and trying to put it in chronological order, and I'm sure someday I will. I just poked myself in the fucking eyeball. But yeah, I mean, so just the thought that he's getting even more narrative with his songwriting is awesome. Like, I've always wanted Craig Finn to like he's such a good writer that I think he would excel in any medium. So, I've always wanted him to like write a novel or a short story collection, and this is as close as we've gotten so far. So I'm really excited to dig into this and to dig into the album and kind of see how they interlace and all that stuff. This is shiny and delightful. This is Prince 1999. This is my favorite Prince album. I have only recently become a huge Prince fan, but I'm like all in on Prince. Okay, so this is an insert because there's no record in here. This is just hanging out on its own. So this is you got that photo of Prince there and the backing band, and then you got some lyrics back there. There aren't a ton of lyrics because it's a lot of okay, but there are more lyrics. There are more lyrics. I mean, a lot of the songs have fairly simple lyricism because there's like a lot of repetition in the music and stuff. It's like very hypnotic and shit, but it's but some of the lyrics are wonderful. He'll throw in these lines that are just so strange and funny, and especially that big monologue he does at the end of International Lover, which isn't on here. It's like a little spoken word monologue about Prince Airlines and shit, and it's so funny and weird. And hearing that kind of monologue at the end of that song was really kind of the time when I became a full-on Prince fan. And of course, the labels are his eyeballs, because of course they are. And I think this is just standard black vinyl. Yeah, but it's his creepy eyeballs. There they are. All right. New Adventures in Hi-Fi. This is the 25th anniversary remaster. This is my favorite REM record of the Warner Brothers years. Probably my second favorite overall after Reckoning. And this one has a fantastic gatefold. There it is. So yeah, I mean, this album was recorded on tour, so travel is like a big theme, and I think that expresses that very nicely. And these are just on kind of standard black vinyl, boring labels, but you know, it's it's a nice set. It's like heavy vinyl. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it's it's heavy. And it said on the hype sticker that it was the lacquers were cut by Kevin Gray, and I was like, I didn't even know I was supposed to care who cut the lacquers. Like, is that a new thing I have to care about? I don't want to. Um, all right, the next one is quite possibly my favorite album from last year, or maybe my second favorite after the new Nick Cave. But this is Night Palace by Mount Eerie, and this is just you know fucking mountainous album. It's really long, it's really intense, it's really emotional, it's a lot to digest. But I think it's a really powerful and accomplished record. And the packaging on this album is really weird because, okay, it came like this. It came with like the sleeve, you know, and then the records right here. And so I thought, okay, so I'll get this home and I'll take everything out of the bag and then I'll be able to slip the records into the sleeve. But you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. They just have to get like tucked behind here. So it always has to stay in the bag. And I don't know why he did it that way, but it's interesting. And this whole thing is you know it's pretty crazy. I mean, there's a long written piece here which is labeled bio, just talking about him digging into his current life, where things are standing after this period of emotional turmoil he's experienced. And then on this page, there's stuff about the recording process, and then like as you get into this, this all folds out, and it's all very impressive. But I don't know how much of it I can show here on the camera. So each track has lyrics, and it has like an accompanying image, and then on the back it all folds out into a big poster of the album art. So that's all very impressive and interesting. It's kind of inconvenient, but it's cool. I mean, it's unique, and it's just such a beautiful album. I don't care. I'll do whatever that album says I have to do. You know. Um, all right, and last we've got um, this really cool edition of Age of Ads, or Odds, or however you're supposed to pronounce it, by Sufjan Stevens. This is, I think, probably my second favorite Sufjan Stevens album after Carrie and Lowell, which I don't have on vinyl yet, which I really have to get soon. That album would be beautiful on vinyl. But this is just a really cool package. I think they called this the Vesuvius edition. And got the gatefold there with some cool art. And then, let's see. Um, I just don't want to miss anything. It's like the insert here with, once again, really cool artwork. Um, and I think there's another insert on the other side too. Yes, there is. Beautiful, lovely. And then the vinyl itself on this is maybe the most gorgeous colored vinyl I've ever seen. Like, it's just that it's so beautiful. Like, look at that. Look at the intricacy of that. Like, I could look at that all day. It's like kind of like gold hued, and then there's like red and yellow and black swirled through it, and that beautiful label. Like, I just love this edition of the album. Um, this was like the most expensive thing I got out of any of these, but um, I think it was worth it. gorgeous, and it's a fantastic album. That song on there, Impossible Soul, at the end, that's like 20 something minutes, I was like, kind of dreading having to sit through it. And it's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's so long that it ends with like this beautiful little piano coda, and they actually had to like move that. They had to like move it. It got a little bent up there. That's okay. But yeah, they had to like move that piano coda to the end of side C, I think. But yeah, beautiful. All right. So now we get into the record store day stuff. All right, I'm gonna crinkle as much as I possibly can because I know everybody loves the crinkles, and a lot of these are unopened, so I'm gonna open them to get a look in there. I guess I'll use this pair of scissors gingerly, I suppose. So what do we got here? Well, this is a good thing to start with. They had a little raffle where if you brought in, some canned food for like a food bank, they would give you a spin at this wheel. And I won a free CD. And one of the CDs they had in this bin that you could choose from was like the last Hooray for the Riff Raff album. So I could have actually gotten a good album, but I decided it would be more interesting to get this. This is Dog Stars, Somewhere Between the Power Lines and Palm Trees. And this is the album. This is the band that Keanu Reeves is in. He plays bass in this band. He's not like the singer or songwriter or anything. He's the bassist. There he is. So I just, will I ever listen to this in my entire life? I don't know. But it's like fun to own. It's just a piece of like pop culture ephemera. I like it. Got this little Tom Waits single, which has the album version of Get Behind the Mule, and also what they call a spiritual version, which I think is just Tom alone on a Wurlitzer singing the song. I mean, Mule Variations is, it's not my favorite Tom Waits album, but it's up there. It's got to be like top 5 or something. Maybe even like top 3. I don't know. I haven't ranked them in a while. I should do that. Maybe I'll do that on here. All right. And I should have opened these before I started filming, but fuck it. But yeah, this is just a little. It's just a little guy. It's just a little 45. But there it is. There it is. It's very nice. When we got this. Oh, it's sticking. Oh, it's sticking. It's okay. It's just the plastic sleeves. All right. God damn. All right. Well, this is like a single by Eddie Vedder with 2 covers that he's performed in the past. His cover of "Save It for Later" by the English Beat and "Room at the Top" by Tom Petty. And I just had to pick this up because these are both covers of his that I really like. I mean, I think he does great versions of both of them. I think he did "Room at the Top" at during the In Memorandum for one of those award shows. I think it was the Oscars a few years ago. I think he did it. Yeah, and "Save It for Later," it has like the same chords as their song "Better Man," Pearl Jam's "Better Man." So they'll like they'll like do these hybrid performances where they'll incorporate "Save It for Later" into the end of "Better Man," and it's really fun. So yeah, I had to pick this up just because it made me happy to have both of those covers on a single, and it's this nice shade of blue. Very nice, both great songs. He does really good versions of both of them, so nice to have. So this is 13th Floor Elevators in concert. This is back in 1967. Said it was originally intended to be their second LP, but it never came out. but now it's coming out, and it has a lot of their great early songs like Levitation, Reverberation, Roller Coaster, Splash One, You're Gonna Miss Me. I'm just a huge fan of Roky Erickson. He's one of my favorite songwriters. Didn't get as much of an opportunity as he should have to compose material because he was dealing with a lot of other stuff. But the stuff he did manage to compose is wonderful. Most of it is absolutely fantastic. And this was from one of the greatest periods in his career. So this is very nice to have. And yeah, it comes on transparent blue with black smoke vinyl, which sounds very nice, but we will look at it for the first time together. Come on, fucker. Come on. There we go. Let's see here. And their sleeve, and ooh, yeah, that's lovely. Look at that. That's really nice. All right, I'm a big fan of that. Let's see what else. The Kings of America. This is a live record from the kind of, I don't know if it was like the album release show or what the context of the show was, but this is like, it probably says it on the hype thing. Playing, I don't have time. I don't have time to research this now in front of you. But yeah, I mean, King of America was, I think, my second favorite Elvis Costello record. I recently dived all of his stuff, and it was probably like, right there in second place, right after Imperial Bedroom. It's a really incredible album. I really recommend it. And so this live album combines songs from that album with a whole bunch of covers. Like he does like an Alan Toussaint song on here. He does like a Ray Charles song. He does like a Buddy Holly song. So this is interesting, and it comes on. I think it comes on some kind of colored vinyl. Doesn't even say, but I think I remember reading that. But let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? I cannot figure out a good way to get into this. Let's see. It kind of like bunch up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah, there are the vinyl discs, nothing else in there. And yeah, oh yeah, these are on some kind of nice purple kind of swirl kind of, yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, they're both the same. That's lovely though. That's lovely. All right, getting near the end here. And did I? Is this? I don't know. I have some other replacements reissue. I'm trying to figure out if that's also Tim. I don't think it's also Tim. Wait here.
Do not panic. Do not adjust your television set. All is well. All is as it should be. I am not Lore. I am not a bit. I am a voice from the future. I know things. Horrible things. Wonderful things. I know that Max will not find the vinyl disc he is looking for. He will search for it for many hours, but he will never see it again. It is gone now, transmuted by time and neglect into a pile of anonymous scrap. Do not pity the vinyl disc. Vinyl discs cannot feel pain. At least not pain as we understand it, you and I. I know that Max will never find the vinyl disc. I know that it will haunt him and keep him from sleep. I know that he will die on May 21st, 2056 in a random blimp explosion.
Yeah, I didn't find it. But I think the other one I think I have like a deluxe edition of like Please to Meet Me with like, like alternate mixes and outtakes from the sessions and stuff. So this is Tim. So this is a different album. And this is a wonderful album. It has what's on this one? Kiss Me on the Bus, Waitress in the Sky, Bastards of Young, Left of the Dial, Here Comes a Regular. This is kind of an album where I mean side one is good, but this is kind of a backloaded album. Like all of the real hardcore classics are on the B side, I would say. And what's cool about this is that it has both the remix, which has gotten a very good reception from the fan base, and the original mix. Um, and there has been some debate, specifically on the YouTube channel tastelikemusic.com, about which of these mixes is preferable. So this will be a fun opportunity to compare them directly and see for myself, and see if Joe is crazy or not. The verdict is still out, at least as far as I am concerned. I am not knowledgeable enough on the issue to determine Joe's sanity at this time. But yeah, you can see here it's on this nice purple vinyl. It's lovely, lovely. What did they call it on here? They called it swinging purple vinyl. So that's nice, and it's got that yellow Sire label on there. And the last thing I got is this nice Talking Heads live album, live on tour 1978. So this is the tour for I think this is Fear of Music tour. Okay, it was during the tour for More Songs About Buildings and Food, but they're starting to work the Fear of Music material into their set list as well. There's usually some kind of Talking Heads live disc on Record Store Day, and if I see one, I always pick it up because Talking Heads are my favorite live band. They were great in the studio too, but there's something about them live that just really transcends that. Like their material just takes on so much more power live, I think. And of course, I never got to see them live, but I did get to see David Byrne on that tour that would end up being the Broadway show before it was on Broadway. And it was the best concert I've ever seen. So if you have a chance to see David Byrne live, highly recommend it. It just comes on this nice normal black vinyl disc, black and white Sire label, 2 Sires in a row. That's interesting, right? No, it's not. But hey, what's on here? Oh, Big Country. Yeah. Found a Job. Thank you for sending me an angel. Man, what a good band. All right. Well, that's about it. So I'm glad we got through that. I'm glad nothing weird happened. I'm going to get a haircut. See you later.